Hello, hello, good morning. How is everybody doing? Happy Wednesday. It's a cold day today. Spoke too soon yesterday, but let's see, it might change. So, yesterday I shared something on my Instagram stories that I found on my feed as I scrolled that June 1st was World Narcissistic Abuse Awareness Day. The word narcissism, narcissist, narcissistic has become a very popular word in the recent past, and it still is. It basically is used to explain some very erratic behaviors that we see in individuals. And for me, when I saw that yesterday, it hit home. It hit home because I lived it. So as I went through what I went through in the last 2 years and more so in the last year, I had to. There were certain individuals in my life that began to act in a way that I could not really explain. Like, these are individuals I knew for years, 20 years, and the kind of behavior that was being exhibited in that last year or 2 years was just weird, to say the least. Like, I don't even have the right words to put to it, but these individuals, made a whole 180, like it was like night and day. The person that I knew, the people that I knew now became this whole totally different person. Let me speak singular, became a totally different person. And the kind of behavior they exhibited was like a friend once said, diabolical. Like I could not explain it. I was like, is this the person that I knew, And the algorithm works for us. And, as I went through my states of, depressive phases and states of anxiety and panic and just lots of trauma, I began to see this narcissist thing. Like, I'd heard about it before, but I never paid any mind to it. But then I began to see it, and then, the algorithm will just bring all these things to you. And, it became, I could now explain the behavior that I could see in this person. I was like, yes, but this person is a narcissist, and if anytime anything would be done, it would be textbook. It would be textbook that, what I saw, what I know, or not I now know of a narcissist is textbook how they're behaving. So it allowed me to accept that this is the kind of person that this person is. Okay, I've said that the word person too many times. And it allowed me to excuse that behavior, excuse in quotes, So anytime this person would do some crazy ass blip, I would be like, okay, he's a narcissist. So, it's explained, And the weird thing is, a narcissist, the stories that would come up, on social media or wherever, even from people that I've talked to, it is the exact same thing. So we would ask each other with people who have gone through the same thing, like, do these people go to a school and they are taught how to behave? Because the exact same thing that they would do, this other person would say the same. And someone else in Uganda, someone else in China, someone else in the States, or someone else in the UK, thanks to Instagram and the algorithm, the exact same thing that I was being shown, they were being shown as well. So it was really weird, but, I'd go back to, he's a narcissist. So she's a narcissist. So we shall excuse this behavior, But the Lord showed me something. He told me something. Proverbs 18:21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those that love it will eat its fruit. Your tongue is very, very, very powerful. So each time you would say, but he's a narcissist, so I'm not even shocked. Like, I got to that point where I was like, I'm not even shocked about what he's doing. Like, it helped me get through that period, I'm like, okay, but he's a narcissist. But don't we know, at the core of a narcissist is deception and lies, I think if we go sit down and just, read around it, it's actually even a personality disorder in the DSM-4, but if you go and read around it and you see, just the qualities, gosh, the characteristics of a narcissist, at the core is deception, at the core is lies. And is it John 8:44? I had looked for that verse and found it. Let me just read it real quick. John 8:44, you belong to your father the devil, and you want to carry out your father's desire. He was a murderer from the beginning, not holding to the truth, for there is no truth in him. When he lies, he speaks his native language, for he is a liar and the father of lies. I think we all know that verse, that the devil is the father of all lies. So it's a spirit, because I honestly used to ask myself, how is it that a narcissist in Kenya and a narcissist in oceans away in Australia is the same exact person? Like, I will talk about this one and you will talk about this one, and it's the same exact person, you know? It's because it is a spirit that is in them. It is a spirit that is working, that is a very deceptive spirit, a very manipulative spirit, but also at the core of these people is this spirit found a very insecure person, and decided this is where we are going to dwell and we're going to wreak havoc, and once God showed me that it is the devil that is working, around the world, and now because we have got this term and we keep saying it, we are giving power to these people. So I had to stop saying the word narcissist. I had to stop the excusing and saying he's a narcissist or she's a narcissist. I now began to just pray against it, Narcissists will try to, these people who have this spirit in them will try to, really to scare you, and do and say things that would scare you. But once you get to that point where you know that you're dealing with this spirit, the father of all lies, the devil, then you know not to keep calling out he's a narcissist, because you're giving power to that spirit. And then you know now to just pray against it and stand tall and feel nothing and be confident that God has your back. So I hope this helps. I'll speak more on it. But let's just ponder on it as we speak more on it. Have a good day.